Ready or Not stands apart from other first-person shooters because of one core aspect. Its brutal, unforgettable maps. From thumping nightclubs to grim drug dens, each location is unique. While some maps are incredible, others not so much. Today, we're ranking every base game map in Ready or Not. Thank you, come again. We start off with the very first level of the game. As an introduction to Ready or Not, Thank You, Come Again has a perfect amount of objectives to complete, along with civilians and suspects to apprehend. Set at a gas station convenience store, rooms are easy to clear and visibility is pretty high. However, it is a pretty small map and not many complex rooms. But as an introduction level, that's honestly fine with me. You need to crawl before you can walk. I think it's a perfect B-tier map. 23 megabytes a second. For being the second level in Ready or Not, man, this one was hard. The front door opens right into a 3-story atrium, and you've got enemies shooting all the way from the 3rd floor to the 1st. This map felt like my first "Hey Rookie, welcome to the NFL" type moment. Hitting those guys on the upper floors is not easy at all. But once you find that tucked away side stairwell, the map really starts to click. Clearing each apartment feels intense, and the little hidden objectives you come across keep things interesting. The main objective, arresting Michael, is pretty fun too, and his streaming setup always cracks me up. It's a big increase in difficulty from Thank You, Come Again, but in a good way. I'd say this is a solid A-tier map. Twisted Nerve. Twisted Nerve, easily the darkest map in the game. Make sure to bring night vision or at least a flashlight, because if you don't, you're absolutely screwed. A map that brought a ton of controversy, this place is pitch black. Set in a grim, run-down opium den, it's one of the biggest maps in Ready or Not. And then there's the underground tunnel section, easily one of the creepiest parts of the game. The mix of close-quarter fights, low visibility, and that eerie silence just creates a level of suspense most maps don't match. Twisted Nerve has a great setting and the spook factor that makes it memorable. A true A-tier map. The Spider. A rainy, lore-heavy mission, The Spider just doesn't leave much of an impression on me. Coming off Twisted Nerve, the drop in atmosphere and tension is pretty noticeable. The setting isn't all that memorable, and the objectives don't really stand out either. Aside from rescuing children from human trafficking, which is easily the most notable part, the map doesn't have much to it. It's not a bad map, but nothing special either. Overall, it's average and fits comfortably in the C tier. A Lethal Obsession. Oh man, Lethal Obsession. Set deep in the woods, you're sent to take down a rogue intel agent hiding with classified documents. This is where the game first introduces tripwires. Hooray. The number of times I've blown myself up on this map is ridiculous. If you let your guard down for even one door, you're cooked. With no civilians to worry about, you're cleared hot to go in, start blasting. Tripwires aside, the layout and setting make this a fun, challenging mission that keeps you alert the entire time. You have to take it slow on this map or else you're toast. Overall, it's a solid B-tier map that rewards careful, tactical play. Ides of March. Ides of March is the first map in Ready or Not that lets you choose your entry point, and I absolutely loved it. There's a ton to do here. Multiple objectives, tough ex-military enemies, and a layout that keeps you moving and thinking. Set on the 12th floor of a high-rise, each apartment feels distinct and detailed, which makes every room feel fresh. The conference room at the center of the map always puts up a good fight, keeping the tension high. Everything about this mission just clicks. It's intense, polished, and incredibly fun to play. Ides of March is as close to a perfect map in Ready or Not as it gets. Easily our first S tier. Sinuous Trail. Sinuous Trail reminds me a lot of The Spider. Both are connected in the game's lore, but neither really stand out. Set in a data center, this map feels like it could be more interesting. Nothing in this level seems like it was a big step up in difficulty or challenge. With objectives just limited to apprehending suspects and civilians, the mission feels flat out plain. The only part that really stuck with me was clearing the server room, and that's mostly because of the suspects in those bright white suits. It's not a bad map, it just feels like one that's missing something. A few more objectives or a unique map layout could have made it more interesting. As it stands, Sinuous Trail sits comfortably in the C tier. Ends of the Earth. Set on the shores of Los Angeles, Ends of the Earth follows a family caught up in illegal weapons manufacturing. On paper, that sounds awesome, but in practice, the map doesn't really deliver. The main objective, the weapons manufacturing, is underwhelming. The manufacturing area looks more like a regular attic with a workbench than a secret operation. Clearing the house and bedrooms is enjoyable, but not enough to make it a great map. The highlight, honestly, is rescuing the grandmother. Because of the stress this poor woman's family caused her, Ends of the Earth lands in C tier. I'm sorry, Grandma. Grease Palms. Grease Palms goes straight into C tier, no questions asked. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Grease Palms is hands down the hardest map in the base game. With around 17 suspects and multiple objectives to juggle, it's insanely frustrating to S rank. The central sorting room is harder than Jeopardy, and visibility is non-existent. Half the time, it felt like I was getting shot by like Casper the Ghost. This map still gives me nightmares, and I'm perfectly fine never touching it again. Grease Palms sit firmly in Z tier, and honestly, from now on, Z tier will be called Grease Palms tier. Valley of the Dolls. Valley of the Dolls is easily one of the coolest maps in Ready or Not. Set during a birthday party at the Vall Mansion, it's tough but incredibly fun to play. The enemies hit hard, and the mix of close quarter and long range fights keep you on edge the entire time. It always cracks me up clearing the home theater. Someone clearly couldn't resist watching something they probably shouldn't at a birthday party, especially a child's birthday party. Finding Vol's dark secret of child exploitation in the basement adds a disturbing twist that really sticks with you. Valley of the Dolls feels like I was raiding P. Diddy's mansion without the baby oil. Valley of the Dolls is a surefire S tier map. Elephant. Going through Ready or Not, I was really looking forward to the school shooter map. Based off the movie, The Elephant, and the Columbine shooting, I had really high expectations for just how intense and emotional it would be. Unfortunately, it just doesn't hit as hard as I hoped. The mission only has 4 suspects, around 16 civilians, and the constant pressure of moving fast before they start executing hostages. Add in 2 active bombs, and it definitely keeps you on edge early on. But once you take down all 4 suspects, the map loses steam and starts to feel more like a chore than a challenge. As much as it pains me to say, Elephant lands firmly in C tier. Rust Belt. Rust Belt is a really enjoyable drug cartel raid that stands out for its atmosphere and design. You'll be clearing underground tunnels packed with soft objectives and tight corners that make every encounter feel risky. Deep in the tunnels, you'll eventually stumble upon a hidden cave with a drug boat, a super cool discovery that adds to the map's design and setting. The caves can be pretty confusing at times, but that just adds to the intensity of the firefights. Overall, Rust Belt is a solid A tier map that mixes chaos, challenge, and discovery. Sins of the Father. Set on a stormy night at the Clemente Hotel, Sins of the Father is a dark and challenging mission from start to finish. The map mixes tight, claustrophobic hallways with large open rooms, creating constant shifts and pacing. And of course, tripwires are back for us. Hooray. So make sure you bring that mirror wand. The hotel itself feels like a raid out of the Roaring '20s, with its classic Manhattan-style design. Tough enemies, great atmosphere, and intense gunfights make this one of the standout maps in Ready or Not. If it had a few more objectives to make the mission feel a little deeper, it could easily hit S tier. For now, Sins of the Father sits solidly in A tier, and it's pretty close. Neon Tomb. Neon Tomb is by far the best map in Ready or Not. It captures everything that makes the game special. A unique setting, disturbing story, tough enemies, great layout, and the most immersive atmosphere in the entire game. The pulsing bass from the nightclub and the hazy smoke-filled rooms pull you right in. Influenced by real-life tragedies like the Pulse and Bataclan shooting, it's a dark, emotional experience that the developers handled with striking realism. The most realistic detail of this map is the constant vibration of the phones from the dead. It hits hard and adds a layer of eerie realism. And if that's not enough, the suicide bombers will make sure your heart rate never drops. Neon Tomb is the pinnacle of the Ready or Not experience. A guaranteed S rank and my personal favorite. Buy cheap, buy twice. Another night map, Buy Cheap, Buy Twice takes place in a car dealership tied to an illegal weapons operation. It's a fairly large map with a nice mix of open showrooms and tight office spaces, giving you a bit of everything. Overall, it's a solid, well-made map, but nothing about it really stands out or makes me want to jump back in for another run. It's good, just not great. Buy Cheap, Buy Twice sits comfortably in the B tier. Carriers of the Vine. Set in what looks like the rolling hills of Tuscany, Carriers of the Vine is one of the best maps in Ready or Not. Your mission is to take down an all-female cult, which makes for some great voice lines and a super unique setting. You'll clear cozy farmhouses, an underground wine cellar, open gardens, and even a bell tower, each area offering its own kind of intensity. It all builds up to the eerie discovery of the cult's hidden church deep in the woods. Carriers of the Vine nails its atmosphere and pacing from start to finish. The LSPD doesn't discriminate, even against an all-female cult. Easy S-tier map. Relapse, the hospital map. Relapse made me more frustrated than trying to quit a nicotine habit. This map is massive. 2 wings, 2 huge floors, and enemies around every corner. On top of that, you got 2 bombs to defuse, so good luck keeping track of where the hell you are. It's chaotic, tense, and brutally difficult to S-rank. But once the frustration settled, I realized how much I enjoyed the challenge. The hospital setting feels grounded and incredibly realistic, like an actual tactical raid. Relapse is an A-tier map that flirts heavily with S-tier status. Hide and Seek. The finale of Ready or Not takes place in Port Hoken, also known as Hide and Seek. Another massive, rain-soaked map, Hide and Seek is dark, wide open, and absolutely relentless. Enemies engage from a distance, making your non-lethal weapons nearly useless and forcing you to rely on your sharp squad coordination and combat precision. The objectives are some of the coolest and most sinister in the entire game, with an eerie Easter egg waiting for those who make it this far. Ready or Not truly saved one of its best maps for last. Hide and Seek is a flawless S-tier map that feels like the perfect send-off into the DLC. So guys, that's my tier list of all the Ready or Not base game maps. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite map in Ready or Not? I'm sure the discussion will totally be civil. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.